Hey, it's Cosmic Charles, and I'm back with another video. So I've been wanting to do a live Poison Storm video for a little while because I wasn't really satisfied with how well I explained, my decisions and what I was playing during the recordings. Just honestly, I only like half remember my reasoning and stuff, so I feel like live's, better for that reason. It's worse because it's harder for me to record videos, and the video's going to be like 3 hours long, but every once in a while I like doing a live video, which is why I don't actually have a recording of the 5-0 that I got with this for the new league, because I was just trying to get back into playing shape so I could actually record and play at the same time, because I'm not very good at that yet. Anyway, no major changes to the deck, except for the fact that we are now running 3 snap and only 1 teach by example. Why did I cut the second teach by example? It's not really necessary. It is very powerful, especially when you get to use your Sandstone Needle. Like, one of the reasons why I liked running 2 were for situations in which you had, like, Sandstone Needle and, like, a Sappison Scary or something. So you could, like, in the early game, teach an Experimental Augury. Or if you've been able to ramp out even to Focus the Mind, like, quickly and easily and just, like, overpower your opponent. Because it's very good for doing that. The thing is, I'm only running 2 Sandstone Needle in my the version ever since I started running like 4 copies of Infectious Inquiries, so that makes Teach by Example less enticing as being a double red outlet. It still is probably the most powerful thing I can do with the deck is either Teach by Example a Focus the Mind or Teach by Example a Vision Surgeon's Insight. So it's still really like, I don't know, maybe I should be running 2, but I wanted 3 snap in the main. It's something I had tried before, but couldn't really quite figure it out. But I was trying to shuffle things around a little too much, I think, previously. That then the simplest thing was simply just bringing the 3rd snap from the board into the main deck and just running a 2nd Pyroblast, because you have to make sure you have 7 things you can take out against matchups. 7 things you can put in against matchups where a snap and weather aren't good. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And like, honestly, because we run the 2 Merchant Scroll, it's not like that bad only having 1 teach by example. And again, you just don't need it. Focus Mind is a draw 3 on its own, so it's I think it's better that way. Yeah, so what is this deck? This is Poison Storm. There's actually a few builds of it now. The Epic Storm has one too. Also using the Thurston Roots Manamorphose and 17 land mana base. But what they're doing is they're going for more of a infect you early, then proliferate you out as quickly as possible strategy. It works, I think, best when you have like an Infectious Inquiry or a Prologue Phyresis early, but you're not always guaranteed to do that, which is why I like having the Merchant Scroll package that allows you to draw through a lot of Flood if you've been forced to use your Experimental Auguries and like cantrips just to dig into the poison spell. Yeah. There's also the one with Lotus Petal and Everflowing Chalice, which is trying to be more of a slow controlling deck, whereas this one's more of like trying to lean more into the tempo side. Yeah, so we run a lot of. So the goal is to infect our opponent. We have 4 Infectious Inquiry and 1 Prologue to Phyresis as our initial effect sources, which looks like 5. However, because we run 2 Merchant Scroll, our access actually goes up to 7, which is pretty good. You don't always want a Merchant Scroll for the Prologue if they're not poisoned, but a lot of the time you do. And Merchant Scroll has just been like pretty fantastic. We have a so the Merchant Scroll package in this deck is 2 Merchant Scroll, 1 Prologue, 2 Focus the Mind, 1 Teach by example, and to a lesser degree Snap as a mana neutral play. But I don't really count that. And yeah, it's pretty sweet. The Merchant Scroll plus Focus the Mind is a 5 mana draw 3. You can always get a Teach by example, do something crazy. Experimental Augury for proliferation, although 2 generic double blue to proliferate isn't the greatest. It's still better than not having proliferation. And what else is going on? Yeah, so we make a huge storm count. Snaps, Manamorphose help a lot for that, and weather the storm to stay alive. And then post board is where we can bring in our more targeted interaction. And for that, we have a 2-and-2 split between Scattershot and Breath Weapon. Breath Weapon's kind of gone down a bit in value since Burn, like that version of Burn hasn't been played as much. So instead, we run things that can actually deal with X3s, because everybody's trying to play around Breath Weapon now. So having a pair of Scattershots has been pretty good. It's also really fun getting like Weather and Scattershot on the stack at the same time, although clicking the Scattershot is sometimes a little frustrating. We have 2 Moments Peace. I was running Tangle, and I don't quite remember why I switched it to Moments Peace, because in the previous league where I 5-0'd, it was worse than Tangle both times I used it, and I think on average it's going to be. Don't remember why, but I remember I had a good reason, so I'm gonna keep the Moments Peace in there. Maybe it should be a Tangle though. The flashback cost was very close to costing me a game during my last match, because I was just gonna flash it back and then go off the next turn. Also, not just the Moments, I was being extremely greedy with when I was choosing to go off. But then I noticed, oh wait, they landed like the vampire that can sacrifice, give a +2/+2. They had 1 card in hand, and if that card was the Black Fling, I don't remember. It's Rites of Consumption. They could kill me because I was at 7, and so I couldn't afford to flash back the Moments Peace. Instead, I had to do some stuff and do a small like Weather for 4 in order to fog the combat step, while also like staying alive to a potential rights consumption by snapping their dude and going off. Of course, they sacrificed itself in response. It didn't really, so it didn't untap me, but it was still good. But yeah, Tangle would have been better there, and same against a lot of mono red strategies. But I remember I had a good reason, so I'm gonna stick with whatever reason that was. Probably mono white, because Breath Weapon and Scattershot don't do very well against Prismatic Strad, so it's questionable if you should even bring them in. Out Cold is a nice one. It's tutorable with Merchant Scroll. Oh, that's right, I want to do some Sideboard Strategy. Yeah, so if you want to learn about sideboarding, maybe I'll do a thing. I'm going to go over some sideboarding stuff now. That's what I'll do. That makes sense. All right, so we will start with what you what you can usually take out. So, some of this is the last 2 ones are a little bit something I'm just like tinkering with. I'm not sure if you should be, but these are the ones that like you mainly do. So you can take it. So you can take out 2 Merchant Scroll, 1 Teach. So like you have 0. Sorry, you can have 0 to 2 Merchant Scroll. Post board, you can have 0 to 1 Teach by example, 3 to 4 Infectious Inquiry, 0 to 3 Snap, 0 to 4 Weather the Storm. You can also, I've been tinkering with taking out the Prologue and taking out a Metamorphose. Of course, what you take out depends on what you're also taking out and what you're putting in. So let's look at, let's start with, so like, for example, if you're against a deck where Snap and Weather weren't good, you take out all 7 and you'd bring in your 4 Dispel, an Unwind, and 2 Pyroblast. Unwind is here instead of a 3rd Pyroblast, because if it resolves, you usually win. It's just very powerful. You're not really using it as a protection spell, you're more using it against decks that try to interact with you on your turn as a trap. And which means you're not actually searching for it with Merchant Scroll. It's a 1-up, but you draw so much you should see it, especially in those matchups. Well, you might see it. You have a decent chance of seeing it because you can easily draw half your deck. So the way I see it, that's a 50-50. What else do we have? Okay, sorry, I didn't write any of this down, and I'm a little scatterbrained in the morning. What was I talking about? Oh, that's right, sideboarding. So, let's say, I'll do a hard one here. Let's say we're trying to do sideboard against Mono U. Terra. This one's difficult. And I'm not actually 100% sure now that I have a 2nd Pyroblast, which is one of the reasons why I'll talk about it now. So for this situation, you can take out all 3 of your snaps. Now, I know that, like, it's good for protection and stuff, but I don't like, for, like, tempoing them, maybe, but the ward It's kind of bad. So you take out 3 snap, and you bring in. So you take out 3 snap. Okay, so what you're bringing in first, I want to bring in 7 things. Maybe that's too many, but this is what I'm going to try for now. So it's 4 Dispel, 2 Pyroblast, that's 6, and an Outcold for 7, because Outcold's very powerful. Now, because I'm boarding in my Outcold, I do not want to go down to 0 Merchant Scroll. I can take out 1 Merchant Scroll, though, because I have to. I'd like to leave them both, but I have to take out 1. So there's 1 Merchant Scroll gone, 1 Teach by Example gone. That leaves 5 more. You can take out 3 Snap. That leaves 2. So this is where it gets a little experimentary. I've been taking out 1 Manamorphose against Mono Blue because they always bring in Hydro against you. That's a little less enticing now that I'm bringing in Pyro, whereas previously I wouldn't, just to play around Hydro a little more. But so maybe that's not quite right as things have changed. But again, this is what I mean by sideboarding. Like, look at what you can and can't take out. Look at what you're bringing in, and then you should have the flex room. Like, you'll have the flex room. Certain things you can't take out. Certain things you can. Certain things you can take out in certain matchups. Certain things you can't take out in certain matchups. So I'm just gonna. I'll continue here. So then you can also take out your 1 prologue to Phyresis. The reason why you can do this is because while it's extremely important to have an early proliferation on them, well, not extremely important, but it's preferable to get an early proliferation on them because you run 4 Dispel and 2 Pyro. You can likely protect your Infectious Inquiry, and it will resolve. Yeah. And because you have 4 Weather the Storm and 1 Outcold, which is kind of like another copy of Weather against them, actually, sometimes it's better. You can afford to be a little slower, maybe, and take your time a little more. Why is Outcold extremely good against them? Well, it can't be countered, so it gets around Ward. It even says that in brackets on the card itself for some reason. I guess to help people out. And it also taps 2 creatures. And as long as you can proliferate, they never untap, which is usually the case. Occasionally, you won't be able to. It kind of changes the dynamic of the game a little bit. So when you're trying to play, you need to set up your hand in such a way that after you resolve it, you can just like you can have them make some bad decisions. Like try and get your max value out of it. Like start with like a Thirsting Roots or a Contentious Plan and see if they counter, like stuff like that. Usually they won't, but if they do, then it could be good for you. Unless you only have that, in which case you better have some counter magic or something. Yeah, so that's Outcold. Very good against the Terra matchups. I really like it. I think it's almost like a silver bullet against them. Not quite, but almost. Oh, and it draws a card as well if you want to, because it gives you a clue. Sometimes I forget about the clue though, because you just draw so much with this deck. Yeah, so what about Grave Fate decks? We're just kind of hoping to dodge Cycle Storm and faster combo decks. That's our weakness. This deck is kind of like a deck that preys upon control decks and aggro decks. But it doesn't have a very good combo matchup. It also obviously doesn't have a very good Ponza matchup, but Ponza is not a very good deck, so sometimes you can just, beat it. Now, I know, like I said, Ponza's not a very good deck. It can play very well, but on average, it just needs so much to go right on such few, amount of card draw that it's just not all that likely. I mean, for Ponza, you need to see lands, ramp, threat, and land destruction. That's 4 things. You're not going to see that consistently in your opener. No way, no shot. You'd be mulliganing and stuff like that. So you can get there against Ponza just by them having, bad variants, which is also true for us. We can also have bad variants too, by the way, although I would argue less so than Ponza. And against Bogles, we can take out our 3 snaps, bring in 2 Moments Piece and a Serene Heart. Serene Heart's here rather than a 3rd Moments Piece because I don't think I really want 3 Moments Piece in the deck. I don't actually really like fogging people in this deck unless it's Tangle. But if I need Fog, then I think I'd rather it be Moments Peace, because it's just more reliable at doing its job, although it is weaker to Flaring Pain than Tangle is. What was I? Yeah. So that's what goes there. Now, what about mono white? Let's take a look here. Mono white, I'm not actually sure about because I don't know if I should bring in my breath weapon or my scatter shots because they have the because I could easily just have prismatic strands. What I've been thinking about is just bringing in 2 moments piece, and that would be instead of you can either board out your snaps or you can leave them in order to like tempo your opponent a bit. I'm actually inclined to leave in the snaps if I'm not bringing the breath weapons, and you can take out. I guess you could take out a teach and a merchant scroll. That's kind of like my go-to if I'm just bringing in something little. I can take out a teach and a merchant scroll. You can also take out 2 merchant scroll, but and just let and hope to get lucky on the teach. But this card has a very low floor, and that it can be a dead draw off the top if you're hoping to top deck. So low floor, but very high ceiling. So I think I'd rather have the merchant scroll though, because it can just be a draw 3. So probably 1 merchant scroll, 1 teach, and then you bring in your moment's piece. Now what else did I? So that's Bogles, mono white, mono U. I guess I can do some burn. So burn's interesting. The better burn matchup for us is Rally Burn, the one with the Rally of the Hornberg, whatever it's called. Because it's much easier to sideboard. So their snaps not all that great against them. So you can take out your snaps. You can take out and you're trying to bring in 6 cards here. So that's 3 snaps, 1 teach. There's 4, and you can take out 2 merchant scroll for 6. And then you just bring in your 2 breath weapon, 2 scatter shot, 2 moments piece. We are not bringing in Pyroblast, Dispel rather, for their Pyroblasts. Because we're just looking to play through it. I don't think it's really necessary for us to do that for them. Not to mention they're a deck that runs like Ren's Resolve as their card draw, so it's not guaranteed, and also Experimental Synthesizer, so it's not the greatest Pyroblast deck anyway. Now, there's the Gutter Snipe Burn that Kalikai's is on. That one I was a little more concerned about. I did face it in the finals of my 5-0 and just absolutely crushed it, but I was drawing like clockwork. Like, it was crazy how well. Like, I think after turn 3 that game, I weathered for at least 7 every single turn. Like, every time it passed back to me. Like, it was crazy. Well, yeah, anyway. I kind of regret not recording that league. It was actually quite crazy. There were 3 burn matchups in it though, so but they're really intense. But anyway, that's how you board against Rally Burn. Now, how do you board against the Gutter Sniper? Well, for there, you need to leave in your snap, so it makes it much harder. So previously, I was taking out Infectious Inquiry, but I no longer like doing that against Burn. I think the 2 life is going to be insignificant so long as your deck is doing what it's supposed to be doing. And if it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, well, you're probably going to lose anyway. So, but not necessarily. There are like those fringe situations in which it's like, oh, I drew into it from the Infectious Inquiry, but the poo life hit me down to lethal area zone or whatever. That's like yeah, that can happen. Anyway, it's just a draw too, and because we're so tight on board resources, because they are a deck that can play like Pyroblast well. In fact, they run 7 of them, which is scary. And I was very fortunate against the red player in the finals that I didn't see a single one out of them. It's possible that because I had Dispel and I was kind of obvious about it, that he was holding it, but not likely, but not likely, I would say. Anyway, so against that deck, you need to bring in. You can only really take out 4. Wait, I can take it more than 4. No, that's why you need to leave in your snaps 3. So it's 2 merchant scroll, 1 prologue brings you to 3. And 1 teach brings you to 4. So you basically cut your entire merchant scroll package, and then focus mind is not. You have Manamorphose and Snap for focus the mind. You don't need the merchant scroll or the teach by the example for it. Thirsting Roots also works when you have a Pentad Prism on the battlefield and Pentad Prism itself for like reducing the cost. So those are the 4 cards you can take out. I wouldn't take anything more. You can't like for example, when I said like 3 to 4 Manamorphose can be post-board, not in this situation. Manamorphose is so important for your early storm count, for situations in which you're trying to develop on the battlefield, but they had a fast enough start that you just need to like Manamorphose like chain them basically. I mean, yeah, you can get a little lucky, or even one can keep you above lethal because it's just another free spell for like a storm. Plus, like you're bringing in your scatter shots against them, right? So you just want that extra storm count thing. So this is what I talk about when we like look at what strategy you're doing and for the cards you're taking out and putting in. Don't take out your Manamorphose. You just need it for this. Now, the downside of this is I can only fit 2 Dispel. So 2 Dispel, 2 Scattershot. That's all I can fit in. And they run 7 Pyro. So, that's another reason why I'm not cutting the Infectious Inquiry. Infectious Inquiry is a black spell. It plays right through Pyro, right? So you have this a little bit of pseudo protection against Pyro just by being by the nature of being like a three-ish colored deck, pretty much, and just hoping to. I wish I actually recorded that final because I could show you what I mean, but it's fine. That's how you board against Gutter Snipe, or that's how I've been doing it now, lately. You just can't take out your snaps because what if they just go turn 3 Gutter Snipe? You know, so so that's there. At one point, I'd been considering bringing in Hydros, because that was previously though, before I was running 3 snap in the main. I just don't. It just messes up your board so much having a Hydro Pyro split instead of Dispel. Dispel is just so much better for what it's trying to do. Anyway, that was an extremely long introduction. There's I think that kind of covers how to board a little bit. We'll be getting into the gameplay shortly. I'm just going to take a little break. All right, we are back. Yep, we're back. So, let's see if we can't get paired for a match here. Yeah, so this is probably going to take me at least 2 days to record. I got about an hour here, so I'm hoping to get 2 matches. And in that time, we'll see. Depends what I'm up against. If this fast or slow. Sometimes this deck can take me a very long time to play. I'm not the fastest clicker, unfortunately. Sometimes I'm very slow. I should get my wireless mouse because it's faster. I just don't want to get up and, find the mouse pad, unplug the thing from the other. Yeah, I mean, I guess it'd only take me a few minutes. That's fine. I'll just use the mouse, the pad. I haven't used the wireless mouse in a while because I like to lie down and play. So I'd rather just use whatever like muscle memory type stuff I've already developed. It's kind of uncomfortable like developing a new one. Although it is better to use a wireless mouse like by a lot. So I should just start doing that again. But then I wouldn't be able to lie down. All right. So. Yes, I would like to play first. Can't keep that. Better, I'll keep it. And now the question is, yeah, that's the Sandstone Needle. No. Is it? I like having double blue, but it's so important to hit your, like, acceleration lands. And only having one of them can be bad. I'm going to bottom the island and hope to hit a Manamorphose or something. I don't think there's any reason why I should lead on the Hickory Woodlot here, so I'm going to lead on the Sandstone Needle. Then I'll go Hickory Woodlot. Oh, yes, I am recording. Yes. So we're against the Judges from... Ooh. Mono white with Judges Familiar. Nice. That's pretty good tech against High Tide. Not going to cycle this Lowering Revealed. I might want to draw 3 from it. Let's see what this is. That is a Lunarch Veteran. And a Thraben Inspector. I like the inclusion of Judges Familiar. That's pretty good because paying the 1 mana can be like if High Tide is like doesn't have a strong hand, you can get them with that. All right, so I'm just gonna grab a swamp here. And I could either proliferate or infect them. I'm going to proliferate next turn, I think. It is a little risky, though, because they can deal a lot of damage. So, boop and boop. If I draw a Thirsting Roots, I'll proliferate again. Or I'll proliferate with it this time. Alright, and I'll press... And you know what? I drew a second Lorien Revealed, so... I am going to Island Cycle this one. Grab an island. May have been better to wait till after Augury for that, but... Just shuffle my library in case. Is this Choco? Oh, it is Choco. That's not good. So I don't have very much time here. I have... probably one more turn, but maybe not. So, as much as I would like to be able to do something with that, I'm going to go Experimental Augury, and I'll need to grab a Weather the Storm sooner rather than later. I'd also like a Pentad Prism. Oh, they got me! I wasn't paying attention. Alright, well, I lose one of my things. I mean, I had to go for something there anyway, so... One. Okay. There's a Pentad Prism. I think I need to play... I think I need that. Yeah, I think I need that. Any order? Then proliferate. I have to hope to draw into more proliferation. I'm also going to proliferate the Summon Choco. Why? Because it dies sooner that way. I'll need to hit another proliferation spell to kill it. I don't know if I'll be able to, though. Here I could dig one more with a Prologue 2 Phyresis, but I don't want to because I kind of want to save that for Focus the Mind. Now, the positive of having them Judge's Familiar there is that it takes them off of 2 damage because they had to sacrifice their Judge's Familiar. So they go down to 4 now. I wonder, so they have 1, so they can, no, 3, so they can attack with it one more turn. Okay. Oh, am I dead? I think I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Alright, so, unfortunate. Choco. This made mono white much stronger. Normally, I feel very confident about this matchup. I still do, really. But this deck, I mean, this, that hand wasn't going to get there. I still don't know if I should bring in my Field Wipe or not. I'm going to bring in my Fog for sure. I think I'll leave in my Snaps, because it's actually kind of good against the Choco. What do I take out? I think I talked about this in the intro, so I'll take out what I said, which was, I believe, the Merchant Scroll and the Teach. Though I don't really like taking out Teach by example, but again, it's not all that necessary. And I'd rather have what is essentially another couple copies of Weather the Storm. I'm not bringing in my red white because they just run Prismatic Strands. It feels like it's just going to be a dead card. Although, to be fair, I used to bring in just 4 copies and just like try to outpower their Prismatic Strands. But now that I run Scattershot, I don't really it's not that appealing to me anymore. What's up? Oh, there we go. Yes, I would like to play first. I will keep this hand. So this hand has double Manamorphose, which is good. It also has a Sap isn't scary. Now we need to be more careful about casting our Pentad Prisms. I still might cast one out, because this is the deck that runs Dust to Dust. So they would have to sacrifice their... Oh, wow. There's a Judge's Familiar. Do I make them just use it, or do I try to get them to use it now is the question. So I can play this. I can go... Do I want to cycle a Manamorphose here? Not yet. I might next turn. There's that. Okay. There's Battle Screech. So they're going to do some stuff next turn. I don't want to use both my Manamorphos because I need green mana. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do some stuff here. I need to draw. I'm probably gonna weather after this. So Manamorphos, green, blue, a red, blue, and I'll go green, green, or maybe I won't. Oh, nice, that was a Pentad Prism. So now I can go green, white, or whatever. The colors don't matter. The two different colors. And now I can proliferate with this Manamorphos, cast, proliferate. Okay, now the question is, I think I do weather here, because I think this is the best weather I'm going to be able to get in the foreseeable future. It does mean that it's going to make it harder for me to focus the mind, but I should be okay. Green and blue, and I have this Pentad Prism for green now. Now I will go Thirsting Roots for a land, because I haven't played a land yet. Cast. Search my library for a basic land card. I'm going to grab the forest here. Play the forest. I'm going to cast a weather. Alright. So that should buy me some time. I can play Vivid Surgeon's Insight into their Judge's Familiar now. So that's good. Have to remember that they have a Judge's Familiar on the table, though. They go Core Skyfisher, returning a land, I'd imagine. And then they'll flash back their Battle Screech. They can swing in with a Raffine's Informant this turn. So I'm just going to go Vivid Surgeon's Insight here. They can sacrifice, yeah, sure, that's fine. In fact, I'd rather they do that. Okay, rather get it off the table. That saves me some damage. Okay, draw 3. Oh, I drew some snaps. That's nice. So interestingly enough, that does mean that I cannot infect them this turn. Now, I don't believe I took out my what's it called? I don't think I took out my... Why can't I remember the name of that? My Prologue to Phyresis. So I think I actually want to infect them with my Merchant Scroll. So what am I snapping back here? Probably their tokens? Yeah, I guess they're tokens. Because I'm worried about buff anyway, so... There we go. So this, that. Snap back a bird token, blue-red. Untap, untap. Now, unfortunately, I cannot infect them yet. Oh, that's only 3. I'd have to... Uh-oh. Well, I wasn't paying attention. I'd have to lose my prism now. No, I don't. I can go Merchant Scroll, blue, red. I have to use my Merchant Scroll for Experimental Augury here. Experimental Augury, blue, Augury. That's unfortunate. I really wanted to infect them with that, but I found an Infectus Inquiry anyway. I also wanted that Thirsting Roots, but any order. Proliferate, proliferate, proliferate. Done. Now I can go blue, blue. Black. Infectious Inquiry. Play the island. Snap, targeting your other bird token. Untap Sappers and Scary and Forest this time. And now I can Experimental Augury. Sure, I'll grab another Weather the Storm. Alright. Any order? Proliferate. Maybe I should cycle this Lorien Revealed as well. Alright. Done. Cycle this Lorien Revealed. I should do, because I'm going to need to I've already played a land this turn, so I should not do. But I need to tap this thing anyway if I want to weather. So yes, I will do it. Conversely, I could just go Focus the Mind now. But I think I like going weather. So island cycling. Grab an island. Then green and Weather the Storm. Just got to keep ahead of them there. As a, like 7's a decent weather, I want to like harvest the stuff from that, and getting the island now guarantees me being able to cast this Vivid Surgeon's Insight. Although I may have to sacrifice my Sappers and Scary if they play another Judge's Familiar, so we're hoping they don't play another Judge's Familiar. Alright, there's a Moment's Peace, that's nice. So I think we got game 2 here. And I'll cast a Vivid Surgeon's Insight. I wonder if they also run Mana Tithe. That'd be interesting. And done. I mean, we'll just pass the turn back. I don't want to use any of my counters to fog them. I'm just going to pass the turn, play Swamp, maybe Visitor's Insight, possibly go for a Focus the Mind on end step, depending if I want to hold open fog. Although I think that would be better for a turn when I'm doing something else, when I'm flashing back the fog, so I should have enough mana to do both. They get in for 7, down to 31. Also, I'd like it if I didn't show them the fog. So here I'm actually going to play the Sappers and Scary. I'm going to go Thirsting Roots. Wait, no, I'm not going to go Thirsting Roots. And I'm just going to go this, that, this. And I'm going to go Vivid Surgeon's Insight. And I'm going to proliferate like so. And I am going to fog, well, should I? How much damage is coming in? 3, 5, 7, 8. No, I shouldn't fog. That's not threatening at all. I'm just going to go Contentious Plan. Proliferate here, here, here. I do want to leave fog up. And maybe I should have, but I just don't think they're going to be able to do 31 damage to me with what they have. Wait. Also, they might just be dead this turn as well. I can do 3 more to them at least right now. And I might just go for another weather here, actually. Done. Green. Yeah, I'm going to go for another weather here. Blue. Means I don't have to discard. Manamorphose. Green. Blue. And I'll go green. Blue. Oh, that's what we wanted to see. Another Pentad Prism. That's what we were waiting for. Pentad Prism. Now this means they might have Dust to Dust, but that's fine. Thirsting Roots cast and proliferate, because honestly, they're at 9 right now with what we have in hand. So if we draw, like, there's a lot of hits that just kill them here as well. Proliferate, proliferate. Done. And then I can go blue and white and contentious plan. 8 here and here. Done. That's another weather. Blue and white. Experimental augury. And we did not get there with killing them that turn. Let's grab another Pentad Prism to use for our Focus the Mind next turn. What's happening? Are they conceding? Looks like a concession. Yeah. Alright, so they conceded. Alright, so we shall go on to sideboarding again. I don't think we changed anything. They did not see the Moment's Peace, so that's nice. I also didn't see Prismatic Strands. They may not know that I'm a red deck. And Breath Weapon would just wipe them out so badly. But Prismatic Strand just makes that a dead card, and I just don't think I need it. I think Snap should be fine. Snaps help me a lot. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm just trying to be like a faster storm deck against them, pretty much, with like 6 weather. If you count Moment's Peace as a weather. It's also important to poison them out with this as well. Now, maybe I doubt they took out their Choco, but we can... I think it takes like 3 proliferations to kill it. Maybe it's 4. This is pretty good. I will keep this. It has a Pentad Prism. Maybe they'll be able to destroy it, but it's fast start, so I like it. Turn 2 Pentad Prism into Experimental Augury unless they have the Owl. In which case, it'll be Thirsting Roots looking for just proliferating, I guess. Peat Bog. The Lorien Reveal can be another island if this Pentad Prism gets destroyed and I miss land drops or something. What's this? Is it going to be the 3-2? Yeah, it's a 3-2. So they're getting a nice start here. Our start's also going to be pretty fast. We have to hope they don't have Artifact Destruction. Did they mulligan? It doesn't matter. Probably, I think. They only have 2 cards in hand. Alright, so I'm going to go Peat Bug, Island, Pentad Prism, this. And I think I will go for the Experimental Augury, because I'd like to hit a land drop for next turn that's not... Well, if you twist my arm, I'll take another Pentad Prism. This plays so hard into Dust to Dust, but it's just so powerful. This is going to make my weather next turn pretty large. I am going to blow through a bunch of proliferation to do this, but that's okay. What happened? Why is there... Oh, they discarded a Lunarch Veteran, I see. Kind of wishing I brought in my breath weapons here, but I just don't want... Oh! Well. You know, well, when it rains, it shines... Wait. It's not raining. When it shines... A metaphor about when good things happen, when good things are already happening. Alright, so Prologue to Phyresis, that was huge, because now we can actually make some progress here. And I'm going to go Thirsting Roots, Proliferate. And boop, boop, boop. And I floop the pig. Alright. And now I'm going to go blue, white. I guess I'll go Contentious Plan now, because I would like to hit a land drop. I don't really want to necessarily select a land with Experimental Augury, although I will if I miss on this Contentious Plan. Not the land I would have liked to have seen, but I'll take it. Alright, this, that, blue. I cannot go Vivisurgeon's Insight. Right, Experimental Augury. Snap good here. Snap back the Raffine's Informant. Or would I rather have a Scary? So if I snap, that's 3 mana. So I'll have 2 and 3. Then 3 here, so I can Vivisurgeon's Insight. Sure, I'll take the snap then. Alright, any order? Proliferate, 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 proliferate. Done. I really hope I counted that right. Blue. Oh, I didn't count that right, did I? 3. I'd have to dead a prism to do that. Well, you know, I guess we committed. Snap back your... And then what happens? Dead a prism. And then I dead another prism to play the... Oh, that was a bad pick. Well, I didn't think that one through. So if I snap... Now, I snap this back, untap this and this. That gives me 3 mana. I dead a prism with this. I dead another prism for weather. No, that's not good. Alright. So I chose the wrong card here, but that's okay. Hopefully we don't lose because of it. And this is what I mean. It's nice being able to explain like a not a good, like a misplay like that in like live time. So we can Vivisurgeon's Insight next turn, assuming that we don't get dusted. We're down 26. Another snap, so blue, black. Come on now. Snap back your Novice Inspector. Gives them card draw, but I don't really care that much. Oh, what's this? Oh, draw a card? Okay, do they have protection in their deck, I wonder? Okay. Okay. Untap. Untap. Always yield. Then blue, black. Blue. Vivisurgeon's Insight. There we go. That was a good draw on that Sapphire's and Scary. Here and here. Done. Sapphire's and Scary. And then I can go... Experiment. Should I Manamorphose now? Sure, I'll Manamorphose now. I'll change this to green-blue. Nice. I'll do Contentious Plan first. Proliferate. Done. Then I'll go... If I snap, can I cast this Lorien Revealed? Snap, untap, untap. Yes, I can. So snap back your Raffine's Informant. Untap, untap. I guess I should have just Experimental Augury first anyway, but Experimental Augury. Grab the Manamorphose. This time I'll hold on to it because of the, what's it called? Focus of Mind, and it's arguable if I should have held on to the other one for that reason as well. But not really, because I believe I still had an Augury in hand. Okay, and now I can do 3 mana here, so blue, white, and one of the reasons why I'm doing this is I don't really want to pass back with like a ton of counters on my Pentad Prisms. Nice, and we drew the Focus the Mind and a Weather, which I'm not going to cash in on because it would mean I need to dead both my Prisms. And as you can see, Snap is doing a fine job at keeping the board clear. So I'm glad that I didn't bring in my Breath Weapons, even though it would have been absolutely amazing here. Is this Choco Boko? Oh no, it's Dust to Dust. Oh, I don't have... Oh, I have the Manamorphose, so I'm glad I kept the Manamorphose. I can go green, green. I can also just play the Sapphire's and Scary because they did that, and wait. But then I would need to cast a Manamorphose and lose my green mana. 23 life? I think I will wait. I'll just play this Scary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll just cast a Vivisurgeon's Insight here. And then proliferate, 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 proliferate. They need to do 23 damage next turn. They have 3, 5, 6 in the battlefield right now. I don't think they'll be able to do that even if they draw 6 land and add 4, 8, 12. That's only 18. So I'll just go Manamorphose for green. Oh, there's a Chocoboko. A Chocomog. Love that card. Alright, I go down to 14. And I'm going to go green, red, black, Manamorphose, red, black. I'm going to go green, green here. And green. So, of note, because we had a quick proliferation, none of the focus of mine, none of the, like, fanciness that I was doing mattered. Yeah, so, like, it's not, like, necessary for you to be doing that. Like, but when you don't have a quick one, it's pretty important to be able to, like, draw through it. Draw through potential flood and stuff as well. All right. And I'm going to go Thirsting Roots here to, not draw more cards because I don't need to, and it's unsportsmanlike to draw out the game. All right. And I'm going to do that as well, though. All right. Done. All right. So... Oh, lately I've been giving people fish a lot as well with Ruby Storm. But if you're not going to concede to the infinite combo loop on Ruby Storm, you're getting a fish. All right, and that was match 1. Hope that was a fun one for you. And I'll see you for match 2. Yeah, this is keepable. So if it's a burn deck, we're in trouble because this is not a very good hand against burn. But it is definitely keepable, so I am going to keep it. I'm going to lead on Peat Bog, and then probably go turn 2 Infectious Inquiry. Because we're on the play, we won't have to discard. And again, we're really hoping it's not burn. So this might be Ponza, which is, it's Elves. Not a very good matchup game, not a very good matchup for us. Game 2, we do have, what's it called? So we're trying to draw into snaps here. That Merchant's Roll can be converted into a snap, but that's going to be too slow if they do anything significant next turn. Like they play like a Priest of Titania or something like that. Or a tappy dude that makes creatures big. And there's Priest of Titania. And a Quirion Ranger. So we could snap that back now and sacrifice our Peat Bog. I just don't think it's worth it. No, we can't, because that Merchant Scroll... You gotta be careful. Sometimes I think the Merchant Scroll just is the card I'm getting for it, and I base my lines around it, and you can't do that. So the question is... Do I Experimental Augury dig for snap, or Merchant Scroll for snap? That's a mana neutral line, but again, that would require me to sacrifice my Peat Bog. But that is also a Timberwatch Elf, so I'm feeling like I'm going to need to snap that Timberwatch Elf. Do they have a second Timberwatch Elf? It's 4 mana, which means I basically am forced to sacrifice this Peat Bog at this point. Our best draw here would be Pentad Prism, because that would allow us to... Oh, no. How much damage is that on its own? That's 12. 12 plus 1, 2, 5, so I'm dead next turn. Okay, play the Hickory Woodlot. Saffron Scary, Peat Bog, Merchant Scroll. I mean, I'm going to try. It's not likely, though. Merchant Scroll for Snap. Snap back one of your Timberwatch Elves. Okay. Untap. Untap. Now we're looking for, I guess, another snap here, but that's just kind of treading the water. Could take a weather the storm here. I think I will. Select the weather. No, I should have been the teach by example. No, I've already played a land this turn. Never mind. In the order. This. Done. And I'm going to go focus the mind. I'm not going to weather. Focus the mind. I know I could be dead next turn, but the weather the storm doesn't really buy me that much time. Discard a sandstone needle. I can weather twice next turn with a storm count of 1. I don't know if that does it, but maybe that'll buy me maybe that'll fog me another turn. No, not with 2 Timberwatch Elf. I would need to draw into another snap. In fact, I'd need to draw into probably 2 more snaps. Oh, we're dead. That's lethal. All right. Okay, so unfortunate, but kind of expected. I really don't think the weather would have saved me. Like, yes, I would live another turn. Maybe I should have weathered. I just don't think that was how you win that. That's how you win that game. I think I was losing either way there. I'm gonna bring in 2 breath weapon, 2 scatter shot. Question is, should I bring in Moment's Peace? Probably not, because I want to leave in my snaps. It's an interesting, actually, give and take between snap and scatter shot, because, like, it's good for the storm count for a scatter shot, but you want to kill the creature. So if you snap it back to their hand, you can't kill it. So, like, you have to snap back something you don't want to kill. Yeah. Anyway, what am I getting rid of here? Weather's not very good. It doesn't really fog nearly as much as it could. In fact, Moment's Peace might actually be better than Weather the Storm here. In fact, I think it is. So I could get rid of a Teach by example. Oh, we're getting some lag here. OBS kind of like makes this thing very laggy, much like faster for some reason. And I need to, I can't restart the client, unfortunately, because I don't want to, I just don't want to. But, yeah, that should be good. So no weathers. I don't know how I feel about that. Because we deal damage to ourselves. But we have 4 breath weapons. You know what? I take it back. I think I don't want the Moment's Peace. Uh-oh, I gotta be faster here. Oh, come on. There we go. Weather. Submit. There we go. Hopefully that went through. It shouldn't take 43 seconds for a click to go through. I hope. Okay, so I'll be on the play. Yes. Has a scatter shot in it and a snap. No red mana. But I will keep it. Sap isn't scary. So what am I going to Merchant Scroll for? It's a good question. Don't know yet. But right now it's looking like Augury. I'm not going to snap yet. I want to snap like a Priest of Titania or something. That's good. I can play the Hickory Woodlot. And if they play Priest of Titania, I can go scary, snap, scary. Okay. So they can do some stuff here. I'm just going to click yield until next end step here. Is this a 3-mana spell? There's a priest and an elf. I wonder if they have protection up. I doubt it. So I'm going to go Sappers and Scary. I'm going to go blue, green. I'm going to go... Oh, that's not what I'm going to do. Blue, blue. I'm going to go snap. Targeting your priest. Untap, untap. Then I'm going to go Merchant Scroll, and I'm just going to grab the proliferation spell. I don't want to expose my Pentad Prism to their elf because I really need it for Experimental Augury. Experimental Augury for red mana. Grab a snap. And we'll see what they do. Any order. Scary, scary, and woodlot. Done. Okay, pass turn. I could have... Nah, there's nothing really worth snapping back there. So we're probably going to snap back a Mystic right now if I had to guess. Because we want to kill everything else. It depends how many creatures they play. Like, another option is to try for it on their turn after they tap out a bunch. Which I think I might do. I'm not going to leave that Priest of Titania on the battlefield, though. That's not happening. Another Kurian Ranger. I wonder if they'll give me a better snap target. Here's a Timberwatch Elf. But they're very low on mana. So I believe if I just wipe the board, I should be fine. I probably will lose my Prism, but... Okay, that's good. So I can go this, this, this. Pentad Prism. I may not even need to use the snap this turn. I need a storm count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably going to need to use the snap, actually. Play the island. It's 5. I'll lead on the Focus the Mind. I'll discard the snap, because we're not going to need it. Pentad Prism. Unfortunately, I can't infect them before casting these Thirsting Roots. Alright, done. That's 5. So I can go 1, 2, that's 1. So 1, 2, no I can't, I have to do it again. Green. Cast. Now I'm just going to proliferate again. It'd be nice to get these lands on 3, and I think I've already played a land this turn. It also generates like 1 more mana. It's like a ritual, basically. Done. That's 6. So I'm just going to scatter shot now. Oh, did I not? Oh, I didn't need to use that last Thirsting Roots. No, I did. Otherwise, yeah, no, oh well. Oh well, that wasn't good of me. Because, whatever. We all make mistakes. Storm, always yield. Okay, so there, 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 and make sure. Yep, and let's go same targets, I guess. All right. Then now a 6. So we wiped the board successfully. We have 1 card to refill with. All right. I can go Manamorphose. I can go green, blue, I guess black, green. Vectus Inquiry. That's not good. So we're looking, so we're both kind of stalled out here, but they have 7 cards in hand. Was that land revealed? A land that's on the table? It looks like it. That's good for us. They can't play anything. All right, so I guess I'll go blue-green. I'll play the Hickory Woodlot. Manamorphose, green, blue, and I'll go black-green again. There's a Contentious Plan, so I can go blue, Contentious Plan, blue, green. I mean, it doesn't really matter what I choose because I have 2 Pentad Prisons on the battlefield. That is fine. Alright, and done. Ooh, another one. Alright, Contentious Plan, blue, blue. So we're training off the top, still looking to refill with a draw 3 though. Okay, done. There we go. Blue. We have a Surgeon's Insight. Proliferate there, and I'm going to stop proliferating my lands. I don't think I need to anymore. Alright, done. And I can go another Vivid Surgeon's Insight, blue, 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 and white, and Vivid Surgeon's Insight. 5, and then another one that gives me 6. So that means I can go Thirsting Roots into another Vivid Surgeon's Insight. Alright, proliferate. And done. And then blue, blue, and a blue, and a white, and a white, and a Vivid Surgeon's Insight. And they're pretty close to dead now. Alright, Prism, Prism. Done. I'm going to lead on a Pentad Prism. Actually, on a Manamorphose. There's actually no reason to do that, because I can't really play the... Well, I guess if I drew into another Thirsting Roots, I guess, like green, blue, Augury. I guess we'll just get the Prologue. I think they're dead if I grab that. Any order. Proliferate, and then proliferate, proliferate. Done. And then blue, white, Augury. Grab a Contentious Plan. Any order. Proliferate, proliferate, and proliferate. Done. And now we'll go for the Prologue to Phyresis. And that should do it. So I'm not going to make any changes. I think my sideboard is going to stay the same. You could do Moment's Peace instead of Weather the Storm because of early, what's it called? But that's what Snap's for. So hopefully we don't see an early Timber Watch Elf and we can Snap. Or maybe we can like get a quick Breath Weapon or something. We have Weather because, you know, they are a deck that can attack. We have Infectious Inquiries. I feel like it's important to have it. Alright, so what are they doing? So this hand doesn't have any interaction, but so can I even keep it then? Because every time I keep a hand without interaction, I lose. I guess I have to mulligan. Much better. Okay, keep. I want all my lands. Do I want all my lands? I don't want to flood out. Might regret that, though. They go Elvish Mystic. Yeah, because that puts me off of Merchant Scroll for... But I did draw that, so that's good. So I can go Hickory Woodlot. Yeah, Hickory Woodlot. This will, if I go for the Thirsting Roots Grab Mountain preemptively, it telecasts a lot what I have. So I don't really want to. Of note, this is also a breath weapon and not a thing. But if they drop like a creature like, I don't know, like a Timberwatch Elf, for example, then I'll have no choice to. Here, what I'm hoping is that they kind of flood the field. They don't draw very much, and I'm able to completely wipe it and blow them out of the water. So they go Mass Vandal. We don't have an artifact, though. Of note, they did see a Scatter Shot. Oh, and that's what I didn't want to see. So they may not be expecting Breath Weapon, although they probably are. We're hoping that... oh, well, I mean, if they play it all out, that could be fine. What we really don't want to see is a Distant Melody. Let's see what they got. Another Priest, a Well-Wisher, an Elvish Mystic, and a Generous Scent. Generous Scent's kind of scary. Because that's something I can't kill. They do play the second Priest. I guess they just go for broke here and cast out their whole hand. But unfortunately, that means they're going to have a 5/7, which is a 4-turn clock. We do have snaps, though, and weathers. So I shouldn't be overly concerned. Okay. So the only thing that can go wrong now is if I don't get the mountain. Right. Cast. Search my library. For a basic land card. Oh, I can't actually proliferate after this. So I'm going to need to get an island with this Lorien Revealed. But I can't play it. Mountain. Play the mountain. Tap. Tap. Breath Weapon. Lorien Revealed for an island. And then next turn we're also going to Merchant School for Snap. We'll go Proliferate, Merchant School for Snap, snap back that Generous Scent so we don't take too much damage from it. Winding Way, so they can refill now. But at least we slowed them down. They get another Generous Scent and a Mass Vandal. And they swing it for 6. We'll play the island. And we'll go Experimental Augury. We'll grab a Pentad Prism. So we know about the Mass Vandal, so we're not going to play that out. We're going to wait until they play their Mass Vandal. And done. And then we'll go snap back your Merchant Scroll. Sorry. Alright, so Merchant Scroll. Grab Snap. Snap back your Generous Scent. Untap the mountain and the island. Play them. And then Experimental Augury. I have 2 Vivid Surgeon's Insights already. And I wouldn't mind hitting another land drop. I'll just draw another land with the Vivid Surgeon's Insight. I'll take another Vivid Surgeon, sure. Okay, any order. Proliferate and proliferate. Done. And pass the turn. Hopefully they tap out for a Mass Vandal next turn so I can land this Pentad Prism. They cycle a Generous Ent. Do they play their Mass Vandal? We're not in the clear yet, by the way. Like, a Timberwatch Elf is kind of scary here. Oh, okay. This looks like the Mass Vandal? No, it's a Crashing Drawbridge, which is worse. Much, much worse. So I can play the Pentad Prism and have them blow it up. So if I go Pentad, but it lets me infect, I gotta get the poison on. Alright, so I can't keep, so this, red, blue. Wait, so this is, that gives me 6. I can't actually, I need to, or I can. I can't. So that's only 6 mana. So I could Pentad Prism, but then they would just blow it up. So I'm just gonna go this here. And at the very least, I can use a Pentad Prism for a Storm Count for like a weather or something. Alright, I can proliferate. Done. I'll play another Scary. And I'll pass the turn. I need to draw something, though. Because that Crashing Drawbridge can do a lot of pretty scary things at the moment. So I'll need to probably have a Scatter Shot or a Snap or something. Let's see what they can do. Because we know they have a Mass Vandal in hand. There it is. So they can give it haste and pump their dude. So that's not good. We need to, I guess if we're snapping this back to keep the elves off the table. Alright, so that's double Prism, so I think now we'll go for it. So I'll go Pentad Prism, green, blue. Done. Still not comfortable with poisoning them yet. Red, green, Pentad Prism. We're hoping to draw into a weather or a preferably Scatter Shot, but a weather would be nice as well. And I'm not playing this Hickory Woodlock, so I might want to play an untapped land. I'm going to go Vivid Surgeon's Insight. There's a Contentious Plan. Not what we need here. We did draw the untapped land. I'll probably play it. Because we need to we need to do something to stop them from this, like, putting more elves on the table. And I really don't feel comfortable casting this Infectious Inquiry at this particular moment. There's a prologue. Prologue to Phyresis. And we miss. That's unfortunate. We get another shot at it next turn, but we're going to be down at least 1 prism. If we survive this, which is unlikely. We didn't get there in the end. We put up a pretty decent fight, though. As they were able to... Okay, so there's the Mass Vandal, which we knew they had. Maybe going down to 2 weather wasn't the best idea. We shall see. They're coming in for at least 5 damage. We are dead to a Quirion Ranger. How we get out of this? They tap their Timber Watch again, and we're able to draw into a Scatter Shot. Ultimately, though, I don't know how good Scattershot's going to be if they just destroy this other Pentad Prism. We finally infected them. Of note, if we had an early infection, I think we would have been in better shape. Maybe I should have gone for the Infectious Inquiry earlier, but I'm pretty sure I kind of like just drew that. So that's 4. Okay, they'll get haste. That's 4, 5, 7 from the cancel. So I can't cast this Infectious Inquiry because I'll be dead. Blue, this, and that. All right, let's go for a Vivisurgeon's Insight. Has to be good. There's double Scatter Shot. Is that good? Let's see. Storm count is 1. We really needed to hit something else other than a... Wow, we are so close, actually. Had we drawn into a Scatter Shot last turn, we would have been in much better shape. All right, done. So the storm count is 1. That would leave me with 3, 2. If I go double, play Hickory Woodlot. Red. Scatter Shot, targeting this creature. Storm count of 3 doesn't do it. We lost. I had to actually go. That was dumb of me. I had to go Vivisurgeon's Insight, actually. That, again, even though it put me down to not being able to do double Scatter Shot, because their Mass Vandals are 3 toughness. Alright. Draw a card. Oh, can't even see what we were going to draw? Oh, come on. So, unfortunately, we're 1-1. The proper thing to do there would have been to tap for a Vivisurgeon's Insight, but I don't see how that would have got me out of there beyond drawing into my 4th Pentad Prism and another Thirsting Roots. So that's unfortunate. But 1-1, it happens. All right, see you for match 3. Okay, we're back for round 3, and we cannot keep this. I can't keep this either. You could try, because you can Manamorphose, hope to get there, but there's no proliferation. Got a mulligan again. This is better. I'll keep this. I'll bottom Snap, and I'll bottom the Merchant Scroll, and keep my proliferation. Yeah, done. That means I can, like, do something, because I need proliferation mana to do things. And it looks like we're up against White Weenie again, which is favorable for us. But it's not like, we can't lose. I wouldn't say that. Probably going to Island Cycling this Lorraine Revealed. We'll see what happens on my turn 3, because it's looking like I'm doing something on turn 3 here. So not good being on the draw. Currently, we don't have a Weather the Storm, and Manamorphose is our only green mana. So, okay, that's helpful. So go Manamorphose. I'm going to go green-blue. It's actually very helpful. It's quite a good draw. And that's also a very good draw, but we're not going to cast that yet. It would save us 3 damage right now. But then I wouldn't be able to cast my Pentad Prism, so we're not doing that. Alright. Done. Sandstone Needle. We're going to go Contentious Plan Snap next turn, I think. Potentially cycle this Lorraine Revealed. What if, can they? I don't think they have main deck Artifact Destruction, so I'm just going to F6. And I don't think I'd snap even if they did. Oh, I got a snap for Standard Bearer. Interesting. All right. So I'm going to go blue, Contentious Plan, proliferate, proliferate, proliferate. Probably cycling this Lorien Revealed. Yeah, we're cycling the Lorien Revealed. Cast. Grab an island. And play the island. Now, unfortunately, our life total is going to be a bit of an issue here. We are stuck on mana, so we're going to need to find a Weather the Storm off the top. It'd be nice if I could have snapped that back, but unfortunately, I could not have. I wonder if I'm dead here, actually. Let's see. So they go, this is now a 2-3. That's 5, 6, 7, plus 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 15 exactly. So if they tap out for a thing, I have to go snap. Yeah, it looks like they're going for it. So I got to snap back that Standard Bearer. I will on tap, but there's nothing I can cast. Okay. Now, that's unfortunate because I really wanted that snap for Storm Count. So I'll play this Swamp because it means I don't have to sacrifice a thing. What we're looking to draw here is we're looking to chain Manamorphose. Snap would also be good into a big weather. Not a big weather, but okay, so we did get Snap Weather. That's good. That means I don't think we're dead. We might have to dead this Prism, though. Alright. And done. This... Yeah, we're going to have to dead the Prism, unfortunately. But it is what it is. This creature. And I'm going to untap here and here. Because that means I'm going to have to dead this Prism anyway, so I might as well cast this Focus the Mind. I'll discard this mountain. And I'll go green. And I'll go Weather the Storm. That buys us a little time. It's unfortunate that I had to sack the Prism there. They go Ruffian's Informant. What do they discard? Discarding a Thraben Charm. Pretty good discard for them. There's another Standard Bearer. Or the same Standard Bearer, probably. I could go for the Infectious Inquiry now. But, again, I'm feeling a little choked on mana again. So I'm just going to do this, and I'll probably actually cycle the Lorien Revealed as well. Yeah, I think the problem is... They're coming in for a fair bit now. I need to draw into another... I'm in a position where I need to draw into another weather. Okay. They're trying to see if they can kill me here. 3, 6... Yeah, a Guardian's Pledge would do it. They don't have it. I'm going to preemptively cycle this Lorien Revealed for an island because I think I'll need as much mana as possible. We have the weather in hand. We need to find a way of casting it. Three Manamorphose still left in the deck, and 3 Prism. That Augury was great, so I'm going to go blue... Blue, unfortunately. Yeah, blue. Experimental Augury. There's the Pentad Prism we wanted. Okay, grab Pentad Prism. Any order. Proliferate, proliferate, proliferate. Done. Now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So I can go Pentad Prism into Vivisurgent's Insight, potentially in... Well, let me count. So I know I'm going Pentad Prism, so I'll go black and red. I think I will Vivisurgent's Insight, because I won't be able to guarantee I can cast spells next turn. Okay, proliferate, proliferate, and proliferate. Done. And then I'll go green-white. Don't want to dead the prism. I just got to stay alive, trying to stay alive a little longer, but that wasn't the largest weather. I mean, I guess it would have been better to have Infectious Inquiry. No, because Contentious Plan was at the bottom. I wouldn't have drawn into it from the Infectious Inquiry. All right. So now I can go blue, red, black, I guess, first. We'll lead it on an Infectious Inquiry. All right. Infectious Inquiry. We drew into another weather. Awesome. So this, that, this. Manamorphose. I'm going to go red, blue. I'm going to go green, green here. Green, and green. I'm going to go Contentious Plan using the red mana. Proliferate. Here, here. The main deck Standard Bearer must be for High Tide. I like it being in the main. I think it's a good idea. Gives you a better chance at winning. Now I will go Contentious Plan again. Proliferating here, 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 and here. And done. Alright, so now what land do I want to play here, I think? Well, actually... Okay, Thirsting Roots. Actually, wait. Let's, one black. I want to... I think I want... I definitely want the Hickory Woodlot. That's actually obvious. Alright, so... Thirsting Roots. Cast. Proliferate. This is free. Cast. Proliferate here. Here. Now, the question is... there's no way I should dead my Prism. Absolutely no way. I don't even think, yeah, no way that's happening. Okay, done, especially because this is game 1. So, they don't have destruction, I don't think. Weather. Okay. That weather was of a better size as well, so hopefully that can buy us a little time. Guardian's Pledge is still scary. Drew into a Thirsting Root. So black, red, Infectious Inquiry. There's a Vivisurgent's Insight. So blue, red, green, Vivisurgent's Insight. I think they're dead. Yeah, they're dead. We can cast everything in our hand right now. Okay, great. Done. Okay, I'm going to float 3 green, 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 and I'm just going to go Thirsting Roots, cast, Proliferate. There and there. Done. Thirsting Roots, cast, Proliferate. There. So the reason why I didn't want to dead the Prism last turn is for like this reason. I need to chain off. That's better than gaining 3 life, and chaining off without a Prism doesn't make sense. If they were at a higher infect total, then I would have, though, for sure. But they're only at 4. But now they're about to be at 10. And done. A lot of interesting anti-High Tide deck out of the white decks. I like it. I like how the meta adapts. Okay, so we took game 1 against White Weenie, assuming they don't have that white counterspell that puts a card on top of your library. It's too slow. You shouldn't run that against High Tide. It costs 3 mana. Alright, and what should I bring in here? I'm a little tired. I got a tea, though, to help me. So, again, it's just such a blowout if they discard a Prismatic Strand, so I'm not going to bother. And you could bring in a Dispel or something as well. It would be interesting, or even Out Cold. Try and interact with their pump spells, because that is kind of, they deal a lot of damage. I think Moment's Peace is better at doing that. And I'm just going to cut, and I want to keep my deck leaner, so I'll just get rid of a Teach by example and a Merchant Scroll. I know Teach is powerful, but it's a little bit of a win more. I'm not going to say that it is win more, because it's a strategy you can actually plan towards in order to win. So it's not strictly a win more, but it can be. All right. Uh-oh. So we're going to 5 again. We won game 1 on a multi-5 while they were on the play. Let's see if we can win game 2 on a multi-5 while they were on the play. Alright, so I don't think I'm allowed to keep both Moment's Peace and Weather. Or maybe I should. I bought him 1 Prism, 1 Metamorphose. I've changed my mind. Metamorphose isn't really doing that much for us here. We have the Prism, which kind of acts like a Metamorphose. They do have Artifact Destruction, but that's usually Dust to Dust, and sometimes people don't want to dust their own. And due to the Scry glitch, the Metamorphose or Pentad Prism probably would have been on top anyway. I've never had a single of do that, but I have had a 2 of do that. It's very suspicious to me. Alright, let's play that. Pass turn. They draw a card on their end step, and I gotta think here, because I need to draw preferably a Hickory Woodlot next turn, but any off-colored mana would be nice. Although I really don't want to play out this Prism quite yet, but that might, so I'd rather it be like a Hickory Woodlot, a Sandstone Needle, even a Peat Bog. Like anything like that, really, would be perfect. I'll take a Contentious Plan, because I would like to knock the top of my library and see what's on store for me. That's better than a Contentious Plan. So we're probably going to hit some lands. The question is, when do I need to have my Fog online? Hopefully not too soon. I can't afford the dead. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 14. Okay, so I'm at 15. That's 3, 6, 9, 12. Well, if they have it, they have it. I can't hold anything up right now. If I do draw a forest, I'm taking it. Oh my goodness, we did. Well, well, well. Well, you know what they say, better lucky than good. I want both these other cards too, but the forest is very clutch right now. Any order. Proliferate. That was incredibly lucky, by the way. We run 1 forest. Do I use it? Regardless is the question. I think yes. Hopefully their opponent gets excited and goes for the pledge. I wish I knew how to auto-yield to the block step. Well, I mean, that's kind of like a pledge. We can proliferate that, by the way, and try and kill it. Okay. I may have to back-to-back fog this turn. This is, okay. Important fog, though, still. So the question is, do I hold up fog here? I think I have to. I don't think I should knock the top of my library either. The problem is we don't have a 2-mana proliferator, but I can't afford to look for one. I have to double fog here and hope that I draw a one of my cheap proliferators off the top. Yeah, I know we bottomed an augury as well. Draws a card. Okay. Attacks. You go green. Moment's peace. And pass the turn. There's a snap. That would have been nice last turn. If I had Metamorphose, I would have been able to do some things. That's unfortunate. Alright, green and blue. I can't do anything in this position. In the position I'm in, I'll have to dead the prism. What am I flashing back? I guess it's Rafine's Informant. Right, Rafine's Informant, untap 2 lands, dead the... No. Undo. I haven't played a land this turn, and I'm not going to be able to draw anything. So I will Island Cycling. Grab an island. Play an island. Snap just to gain some life on the Rafine's Informant. Untap forest, island, and cast a weather to get my life total high. Well, higher. Wouldn't quite say high. Alright, and now it's their turn. I could have snapped back the bird token too. But you save a couple more life this way for this turn. Let's see, there's a Rafine's Informant. What do they discard? They're pausing. They discard a Plains. They get in for a bunch. Any proliferation thing kills that Choco. So, we hit another snap. Unfortunately, we're just going to have to dead this... Not even the prism. The sap isn't scary. That's really sad. Alright, sap isn't scary. First snap. Your bird token. Untap, untap. Vivid Surgeon's in, and we're going to have to dead the prism just to stay alive. I'm just going to concede. We're, although we do kill the Choco. That's 2, 5, but we're just dead. Yeah, no, I'll just concede and move on to the next game. Yes, I could dead my prism to, like, stay alive another turn, but I just don't think it's... I think it's a waste of time. They got us. Alright. Still not going to bring in the board wipe. I know it would have been very good there, but... I just think it's just going to get Prismatic Strands. Like, maybe you could bring it in because you didn't bring it in game 2, game 3. Like, that is an option. An option I haven't taken. But I like the snaps. I know they didn't seem all that great there, but that's because we were missing land drops. Like, good land drops. Alright, I'll keep this. It has a Hickory Woodlot for an island, which will let me to Experimental Augury, and it has a double snap as well to potentially slow them down, and a weather. It's not the greatest hand in the world, but with some more depletion lands and some big draw, it can definitely go places. Alright. Now the question is, do they run Mana Tithe? Because this looks like a Mana Tithe. Right, Thirsting Roots, cast. Grab the island. Play the island. Experimental Augury, do you have it? No, they don't. Neither of these are lands that I'm really into. I'll take the Insight. Oh, I guess I was into the Hickory. No, I already have a Hickory Woodlot. Oh well. But I mean, yeah, I need to hit more depletion lands, and I said that. But I also have a Swamp in my hand, so I'm looking to use that because I already have a land. I also have a Focus the Mind. So let's see what they do here. If they tap out for the Fiend's Informant, I'm snapping it back and casting a Focus the Mind. Maybe discarding another snap. We'll see. Or potentially the... Wait, can I do that without losing my land? I don't know if I can. I think I can if I play the Swamp. Alright, so I'll play the Swamp then. Tap the Swamp because that'll be what I'm untapping. I'll snap back your Fiend's Informant. I'll use the blue-black. Untap blue and black. And now I can either... I think I will Focus the Mind here, actually. We'll discard this Lorien Revealed. Then we'll cast this Thirsting Root Searching for an Island. I mean, I guess Lorien Revealed would have done that too. So either way. Okay, so grab the island. And pass the turn. This way we can potentially work up to casting this Vivid Surgeon's Insight a little easier. They play the Raffine's Informant. Discarding Revoke Existence and a Novice Inspector. We might go for a Weather this turn. I'm going to play the island. I'm going to go blue, black, blue. I'm going to go Contentious Plan first, using the black mana, blue, black. Proliferating here. Done. I do really want to get more depletion lands on the battlefield, but so far we just haven't really had an opportunity. Snap targeting your Fiend's Informant. I'm tapping Island and Hickory Woodlot. Then I can go Experimental Augury. I need Disinfectus Inquiry. I really want that Sappers and Scary, but I need Disinfectus Inquiry. Alright. Any order. Proliferate. Done. Then I can go Manamorphose. Uh-oh. So this... I'm at 20. No, I'm not going to go Manamorphose, because then I won't be able to play a Vivid Surge's Insight next turn. I'm at 20 life. I can afford to take a little time here. Unless they go Battle Screech, and then I'm in a little bit of trouble. But I'm sure I should be able to chain off again sometime. Raffine's Informant connives, and they discard a Lunarch Veteran. Better discard than Revoke Existence last time, that's for sure. And a Thraben Inspector. And they get him for 1. That's a good draw as well. I'm going to go this, that. Actually, no, I need to, that's right. So this puts me down to 5. I won't. I know I'm wasting 1 point here, but I need to do some things. Alright, Proliferate. And done. And Peat Bog. And next turn we can launch off a very large Weather. Okay. So here comes the Choco, but we're hoping to proliferate that to death. Alright, and they get in. And I can now go this, that, this, that. Pentad prism, green, black, done. Pentad prism, black, blue, done. Really want to see another something off the not a Manamorphose, but black, green, and I guess I'll just go black, green. We need to hit proliferation here. Yes! That was very good. So now we can afford to go Infectious Inquiry. Get down to 9. And I'm still not going to play this land here. Although maybe I should. Undo. Sure, I'll play the Hickory Woodlot then. We're not going to proliferate the Choco to death probably this turn, but you know, it was going to be a bit of a long shot anyway. Experimental Augury. So we hit a snap. So if we go snap, that's 2/2. Blue, blue, that's only 4. We also hit a Thirsting Roots. We can take the Thirsting Roots for a bit larger weather. I still think the better line for the weather, though, might be... So snap does this. So how many counters do we put on this? This will be at 2 counters. I'm actually going to take the Thirsting Roots here to kill the Choco. I think the Choco will die in upkeep if I do this. So I'm going to take the Thirsting Roots. Any order. I got to start also playing faster since I'm almost... I'm playing pretty slowly. There. Okay. Oh, and the Choco. Done. Always yield. I can go green, cast, proliferate, cast, targeting you, not Rafine's Informant, undo, summon Chocomog, this, and my lands again, and then go done. Now I can go green, white, Weather the Storm. And I think the Choco should die after it triggers now. Unfortunately, we couldn't kill it fully. They might have a Dust here, but we had to play their second thing to do that, I think. We have no second island to get, by the way. Alright. They're coming in for 8. We have another Evoke Existence. No. Alright, so we can go Vivisurgeon's Insight, but we can't go back-to-back Vivisurgeon's Insight because I got rid of our Prism. Unless we draw some blue mana. I'm just going to play this, Gary. We're going to need it. Alright, this, blue, and black. Vivisurgeon's Insight, leaving floating a green. Here, there's another Manamorphose. I may or may not cast it this turn. I do need to start playing much faster. Alright, done. And now I can go this, blue, this for 5, Manamorphose, green, black. Let's go blue here. Alright, I don't think I'm going to weather this turn. Blue and blue. That's 5. I'm just going to cast a Vivisurgeon's Insight, and if they try and kill me, I can also do a fog thing, perhaps, if I'm able to enough 6 fast enough. Also, I don't think they can kill me. Alright. Discard. There's Choco. I don't think that kills me. That's 2, 8, 10. No, it doesn't kill me. So we're going to try and kill them in 4 minutes. I think we can do it. All right, this, blue, black, green. Just tap everything. I'm going to weather this turn. I don't need a fog. All right, so Infectious Inquiry. Black, green, black. All right, Contentious Plan. Blue, black. Oh, they're probably dead, and you hit one more. Here, here, and here. Okay, done. That's good. All right. 3 minutes, we can get there. Okay, done. Contentious Plan. Blue, green. Right here, 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 and here. Done. And that should do it. Contentious Plan. Right here, 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 and here. Done. Okay. Always yield. Then blue, 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 white, Vivid Surgeon's Insight, and proliferate you. All right, we got there. I think they're conceding. So we're now 2-1, bouncing back. That took me a long time, though. I think I need to restart my thing again. All right, see you for round 4. Okay, and we're back for match 4. Let's see what we're up against here. Up against Spartano. I don't know what they play. Hopefully it's not White Weenie again. That'll be the 3rd time this league. I'll play first. I mean, it's a good matchup, but I like some variety. I'll keep it, hoping to draw into blue mana off of this Infectious Inquiry, and also hoping they're not on a fast deck. A little bit of a risk here, but I don't want to mulligan a hand like this. I mean, it's a keepable hand. I just don't want to mulligan. So if this is Ponza, that's an Elvish Mystic. So probably elves. I guess it could also be walls. So here, because I drew the Pentad Prism, I'm going to do that instead, because it means I don't have to, like let's say I cast the Infectious Inquiry and I miss on lands. I'm kind of locked out of the game at that point. So I'd rather, just develop my board here and infect them later. So I have a Weather the Storm here. I think I just want the Thirsting Roots because I currently don't have another source of proliferation. This will also enable me to proliferate them after I Infectious them next turn. I'm assuming that's what I'm going to do. I have the Weather the Storm, so I can maybe fog one turn. This is elves. We'll see. There's a Timber Watch Elf. A little early on that, I think. I'm going to go Infectious Inquiry here. And I'll just play the Woodlot and go for a Weather on my next turn. I don't think they can do 18 damage this turn. I'd be shocked if they did. Like, I don't think it's possible. Maybe if they're like Birchlore Rangers and you chain out and then you hit, somehow you hit like if you like only have Birchlore Rangers and Korean Rangers, maybe it's possible. They swing it for 4. Next turn they could probably do enough because now they have a lot. So I'm going to go Manamorphose. I'm going to go green, black, blue, blue. I'm leading on the Manamorphose because I might draw another Prism for this Thirsting Roots. I don't. So I'm just going to go Proliferate. Actually, no, I'll Proliferate now. I could actually wait. I could play this Forest and cast a Focus the Mind and try to hit and try again to hit another Prism. It means that I won't get to play a tap land though. I think I'm just going to Thirsting Roots. I don't think I have another Prism on top of my library. If I do, it would have been better to play the land, though. I think it's better to hold it and then probably discard it and play the Sandstone Needle. We'll see. I don't want to play it yet because maybe I'll draw something better. Go Focus to Mine, blue. I'll use the other blue. I will discard a Hickory Woodlot. So I can't afford to Focus the Mind and Weather this turn. Or can I? Blue, blue, this. I can, but then my Prism will be dead, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to go green, play a Sandstone Needle, and play a Weather the Storm. Hopefully we're not dead. I could have actually held the Weather the Storm, I think. Yeah, actually, I could have held that, then used their Storm count, because they would have likely cast more than one spell this turn, and then gained more life. But that may have been the better call. But of course, I was hoping to see if I could chain off a little more. So right now they can deal 6 damage. Let's see if they hit a Quirion Ranger. They kind of... What do they hit? Mass Vandal. Uh-oh. Well, I can't even do anything with that. That means I can't even cast my Vivisurgeon's Insight. That's actually devastating. We may have just lost. So it's looking like I should have deaded my Prism regardless. So what are we hoping to hit off the top to stay alive? They didn't hit a Quirion Ranger, so at least there's that. Next turn, they can Nyxborn Hydra for a lot, so I think we're dead. We kind of needed that Prism to have a chance at going off here. We hit another Prism, so at least there's that. Let's see if we can chain. It's going to be pretty difficult. This, that. Actually, do I need to sacrifice that? Undo. Blue. No, I don't need to sacrifice that. Blue, this. Blue. That's 5. I can go Vivisurgeon's Insight. Proliferate. If we did have the second Pentad Prism, like if they hadn't drawn the Mass Vandal, I think we'd be in alright shape right now, but so far it's not looking too good. Yeah, I don't know if we have any out. Let's see. If I hit a snap off of this Contentious Plan, maybe? But I would have to untap the island to continue going off. Thirsting Roots, yeah, no, that's game. Alright, so we lost game 1 against Elves, which, to be honest, it's pretty hard to win game 1. You can do it, but you likely need to have your, like, early snaps and such, or, like, for example, have double Prism, because we could have continued going off if we had 2 Prisms in the battlefield. But they run, like, 4 Mass Vandal in the main, so it's kind of hard to do that. So, against Elves, we just bring in our board wipe. Last time I cut a lot of weather. I don't think I should be cutting 2 weathers. I think that was wrong. I'm just going to cut 1 weather this time. I want all of my snaps. Teach by example I like because it's powerful, but I don't think I can... I just simply don't have the room, so I'll cut a teach. I'll cut a scroll. Now the question is, do I want to cut the other scroll? Or should it be the prologue? That is the question now. I'm going to go with the prologue. Because Merchant Scroll can be a Focus the Mind. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Alright, submit. And early infection is important. But with the Breath Weapon and Scattershot, we're kind of hoping to maybe just play a slightly slower game because of how fast they are. Alright, so I would like to be on the play. This is just way too, not really keepable. This is better. I'll keep it. Probably going Peat Bog, Forest, Infectious Inquiry on turn 2. Hickory Woodlot, turn 3, and then I'll need to scatter shot. So I'll have to draw into like a Manamorphose or Keep or something like that. Do I get rid of an Infectious Inquiry or a land? I'll get rid of an Infectious Inquiry. I know it's card draw, but I really don't want to miss on lands. Yes, I'm setting myself up to be flooded, and I also need to draw, like, better lands. There is an argument for bottoming the Hickory Woodlot, but I don't want to accidentally flood out, you know? Not the other way around. I don't want to, like, you know, get screwed. I did draw a Manamorpho, so that's great. I'm going to go Infectious Inquiry now. And a Breath Weapon. And a Pentad Prism, that's pretty good. So we'll see what they do here. They do that. So that means I could consider sacrificing my Manamorphose in order to let this Breath Weapon resolve through that. There's also the chance they just tap it out to deal damage now. So I'm just going to play the Hickory Woodlot and pass the turn, keeping in mind that I have a Weather the Storm in turn, so they can deal some amount of damage to me, but I should be able to recover. And we want them to not have a Korean Ranger as well, and to tap their Timberwatch Elf to pump their creature. If they have a Korean Ranger, oh, that's also very good. So they're not going to get in. They'll be able to attempt to, oh, well, they do swing in. I think this is a mistake. They shouldn't have swung in. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I'll go this Manamorphose, green, and I'll go, I guess, green, blue. Maybe that was a mistake because they could blow up my prism. I'm not playing around, what's it called very well. That elf, I forget what it's called. Sorry, the Changeling. Pentad Prism. Blue, Contentious Plan. I'm not going to play the Pentad Prism here because I can't really afford to. Here. Storm count is 4. Storm count is 5. Done. So storm count is 4. So that's not... I need to do one more spell if I want to use the Scatter Shot instead of the Breath Weapon. I think I will just use the Breath Weapon here. Red and Breath Weapon. Pass the turn. So that should buy us some time. Yeah, there's a Mass Vandal. I could have maybe played a little differently there, gone like blue-red, held the Pentad Prism. But that's not what I did. Hopefully they don't have a second Mass Vandal. Oh, I'm in a bad position now. I'm in a bad position because I don't have another colored source. Do I sacrifice my Peat Bog here to continue doing stuff? I don't think I do, because I have a Scatter Shot. And I don't want to expose my colored source yet. This does let them recover slightly. But if they play out something important like that, I can probably kill both their elves. I could also hold and wait for them to populate the field. Because I drew the Sappers Scary, I feel inclined to do that. The problem is they might be able to play like a big creature, like a Generous Ent, and that wouldn't be very good. But I do have a Weather the Storm, and this line means that I don't have to sacrifice my Peat Bog, which I'm into. They go Winding Way. And not to mention, like, I want a Scatter Shot more than just a Priest of Titania and, like, a Mass Vandal. The issue being is if they just fill up their hand with this mana rather than populating the field. What do they get with Winding Way? They got a Korean Ranger. Wow. So they missed. Although Korean Ranger is a good pickup here. And there's another Timberwatch Elf, so I'm actually kind of glad I held this Scatter Shot now, or waited. They untap their dude. And what's this? Is this a big, it's an Avenging Hunter. Okay, well that's not good. That would be a reason to have killed it. So can I make a high enough storm count here? I'd like to have a storm count of at least 8. Maybe. We'll see. So they get to grab a forest. I'm unable to take the initiative because we don't run creatures. However, they are infected. So I can do this. The question is, right now, without a second Pentad Prism, I don't think I can really generate a high enough storm count. I think the play of me casting the Pentad Prism rather than using the Manamorphose that turn might have been a very costly mistake. So, should I lead on the contentious plan here? I think I got to go Augury and hope to try and dig for a snap. We'll snap back their Avenging Hunter. Okay. I wonder what the green mana is for. Do they have... oh, I should have... Oh, they do. So I should have led on contentious plan. And red. Of note, this does help me with my Scattershot now. Okay. Okay. There's the snap I wanted. So I'm going to take it. Snap. Any order. Proliferate here, 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 here. And it also kind of works out that they took a land back. It's going to make it much harder for them to get their hunter down. Okay, and done. Black. Snap back your Avenging Hunter. Blue and black. Untap Sappers and Scary. Untap Hickory Woodlot. So now I have 3, 5, 7 mana. So I'm going to go... So it means I can do everything. That's good. So contentious plan, I'll use the black mana. Proliferate here, 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 here. Done. So I have storm count of 5. So if I want to kill everything, I'm not able to kill everything because I would need to be able to do a 5, 7. If I do Weather the Storm, that brings me to 6, and then Scattershot's the 7th. So I can 5, 7. Yeah, so I can kill everything. So I will go Weather the Storm, going green, blue. Scatter the shot, targeting this way. Always yield. And I will go same targets. And I will go here, here, then 1, 2, 3. And that should do it. Okay. And we're at 33. And they have 2 lands. They do have the initiative, though. And I'm not going to be able to ever get rid of that. So I'm going to go Vivisurgent's Insight next turn, and I will consider cycling this Lowering Revealed if you miss on lands. They are only at 4 Infect, and they have a lot of artifact hate. So next game, if there is a next game, if there's a game 3, I really need to be cognizant about holding my Pentad Prisms in hand for the turn I try and combo off. They go Lost Well, Scry 2. Let's see how they scry. Two top. Well, that's good for them. And what do they hit here? Looks like they hit a lot. Elvish Mystics. They might be able to go whatever it's called next turn. So I'm going to go... I guess I don't need to tap the Peat Bog here. Well, I guess I want to. So I'm just going to go Vivisurgent's Insight. Blue, black, green, green. And I'm going to hold this Pentad Prism because I really don't want to get got by yet another mass vandal. So I'm just going to try and ramp out with my lands here. And another weather would actually be nice if I'm able to gain some even more life. I still think it's right to cut down to 3, though. So they're playing just the dungeon dude. Yeah, there he goes. And they get a skeleton. They will soon enter the other thing. I've already killed 3 Timberwatch Elves, so I don't see that being the way they win. So now I can chain off some Manamorphose. I'm at 32, so I don't need to do that yet. I might draw something better to chain off into, like a Weather the Storm or something else. So if I draw 3 cards, 5, 8, and I still have a land drop, so I can just do this then. Vivisurgeon's Insight. Here, 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 and here. Done. Oh. Do I want to play a... You know what, I guess, whatever. Alright, Manamorphose. Should I wait on these Manamorphose? I have 35 cards. I've seen 1 Scattershot, 1 Weather. They're at 6. Maybe I should have cast the Pentad Prism that previous turn. Oh well, so this, that. So I'm going to go blue. I'm going to cast this Lorien Revealed. Probably looking to discard here. And I'll do this. That. And I'll cast a Lorien Revealed. 9, so I'll discard 2 lands after this? Sure, and I'll discard 2 lands. Notably, we hit a Weather the Storm as well. Our opponent's getting in for at least 9. Oh, they hit the last Timberwatch, so we need to kill them next turn. Hopefully they don't have a... Oh, good. Nothing doesn't give haste. Otherwise, we might be dead. So we definitely need to kill them next turn. We have the Pentad Prism in hand. We have Manamorphose. There's also a world in which we can weather our way out of it as well. We only have 2 elves on the battlefield of note. Okay, so I'm going to go black, I don't know, green, Manamorphose, green, black, and I'll just go blue. Guess I should have used some red there, huh? Blue, red, Pentad Prism. Guess using the black, it doesn't really matter. Red, black, done. Let's play this mountain. Then I'll go Contentious Plan, blue, red. Put you to 7, proliferate here. Done. Wow, I'm kind of laggy, aren't I? Sorry for taking so long. I mean, the opponent is a patience of a saint so far. Proliferate, cast. Here and here. I have more than enough mana now. So, black, Infectus Inquiry, and Infectus Inquiry. Okie doke. A little laggy, so I'm going to have to restart the client after this game, even though I literally just opened it up. But this happens when I'm running OBS at the same time. Okay. So now we got to win on the draw, which is much more difficult. And we kind of have to hope to have Snap in our opener to try and take over the tempo. Yeah, no changes. Submit. I would say Elves feels slightly unfavorable. I wouldn't say it's, like, terrible, though. I'm probably around 50% to win. Yeah, this is a breath weapon, so I'm going to keep it. I need to find either a green mana or a red mana off of this experimental augury, and I need to find it before they can, use their Timberwatch Elf. If they do land a Timberwatch Elf, I'll need to draw into a Snap and then Breath Weapon. So that makes 2 mana. So I need to hit a either like a Hickory Woodlot, a Sandstone Needle, I'll even take a Forest. But I need to hit something here. Alright. Augury, please have a land on the top. Please, please, please. There's a Woodlot, so I'll take it. Any order, proliferate. And done. Play Hickory Woodlot. Pass the turn. So I'm looking to go Manamorphose for, like, I guess red, Thirsting Roots proliferate. And we'll see if we use Scattershot or Breath Weapon. Probably going to use Scattershot. It depends on how much, like, I can do. That's 1, 2, 3. So I guess I'm using Breath Weapon now. That's enough mana to go Initiative, which is bad news for me, because this Breath Weapon doesn't really take care of that all that well. Oh, it's not. They're just ramping out a bit. Oh, and they can cast the Initiative. All right, so that's not good. We need to draw into a Snap. So we're going to Breath Weapon at least. We do get to clear the board that way, but we're going to be taking some damage. A lot of damage because of that event, from that Avenging Hunter. So here I can go this, that, Manamorphose, green, blue. I'm just going to go red, I guess. It doesn't, because I'm just going to go Breath Weapon. Red and red. It's another Thirsting Roots. Should I go Thirsting Roots, grab Mountain? No, because I need to proliferate with it. Okay, should I try and dig for another land? Have I played a land this turn? I haven't. So I can go Thirsting Roots, grab Forest, play Forest, proliferate. Because I kind of need to hit a land drop here, don't I? Sure. Alright, so cast, search my library for a basic land card. Grab the Forest. Play the Forest. Breath Weapon. And proliferate. Maybe we can... No, he's going to have a +1 counter on it, so it's very unlikely that we're going to be able to kill it off of just what we have right now. But maybe we can get to 6 Storm. We'll see. We would need to hit a Pentad Prism. Snap is still our best draw here. Alright, so there's a swamp. We're going down to 11, 12 is how much damage you're dealing us. So I need to either kill that thing or gain some life. So, Manamorphose. Go green, and I'm going to go green-red, I guess. Green and red. Storm count is 1, not very high. So that's 3, 5, 6. So I guess my best shot is to go, because this is 1, 2, that'll be 3. Storm count of 3. That's 4. Drawing a single spell wouldn't do it off of that. So I guess my only shot is to draw into a Snap off of my best shot rather, that's 6, is to draw into a Snap off of this Infectious Inquiry. Alright, so that's what we're going to do. So play the Swamp. Infectious Inquiry. Black, blue, green. We didn't hit it, so we lose. We'll send our opponent the GGs. Alright, so unfortunately we're now 2-2, losing both of our losses, interestingly enough, are to elves, or were to elves. I don't think I would change my sideboard all that much. Yes, Breath Weapon's a little better against them Scattershot, although Scattershot could have killed an Avenging Hunter there had we hit a Pentad Prism. Even, like, off of that Infectious Inquiry, for example, we could have gotten Pentad Prism, Contentious Band, Thirsting Root, Scattershot, and that would have been enough to kill the Avenging Hunter as well. So I do like Scattershot still. But yeah, I mean, Elves is just one of those matchups. It's slightly unfavorable. As you can see, we went 1 and 2 both times. But, you know, it's fine. You're not going to be good against every matchup. And the reason why Elves is slightly unfavorable is because it's kind of like a combo aggro deck, and Poison Storm is weak to combo. Anyway, I'm going to take a little break, probably restart the client, and see you for the last round. Okay, we are here for the final round. We're trying to get a 3 and 2 here. So far, this is my worst record since picking the deck back up. I think it's my 3rd league, though, so, you know, you could always go like that. But the deck seems, you know, it's pretty strong deck. So is this Fairies? That is a bad matchup, one of our worst. But still not terrible, because we do run a bunch of stuff. Snap could be decent here. Like, if this is Fairies, which it's not, this could be High Tide. That's interesting. We do have 7 counterspells post-board for them. Yeah, it's High Tide. So we're not winning the game 1. I'm probably going to concede pretty quickly into their loop here. Let's see. Do I want to play an Augury on their turn or my turn? I'll do it on my turn, because they could counterspell, and I don't want to, like, have that forced error. What we're looking to draw here, I'll take the Scary. Ideally, we wanted a Pentad Prism, but, you know, because how you beat High Tide is by, you can beat them by being faster. I did, well, or by having them, like, wait an extra turn or whatever. Like, oh, they can't kill me on turn 4, and then you kill them on turn 4. Because this deck is capable of a turn 4. Not with the hand you see right here, though. Pieces of the puzzle. Let's see what they reveal. They reveal Peer Through Depths, Merchant Scroll, Preordain. What do they get with the Merchant Scroll? I forget. High Tide. Pretty expected. So now we're going to try again to dig for a Pentad Prism. Augury. Now we're tapped out here, but I don't want another land. I'm going to take the Contentious Plan. So we're tapped out here, but, you know, which kind of, like, we don't run main deck counterspell. You could try and bluff it, but we're so far away from getting to, well, not like our land drops have been good, but we'd still need to tap out for, like, a Lorien Revealed, draw it into some good things type of situation. Brainstorm. Of note, that, what was it called? Pieces of the Puzzle wasn't very good. Like, they got them a Merchant Scroll, and that means they get to go, like, Brainstorm Merchant Scroll and probably go off next turn. But there is a world now in which we could go for... No, there isn't, because we don't have a good card draw spell. There's a Puppetry and a Preordain. So I'd have to imagine I'm dead next turn. But all we can do is Lorien Revealed, I think. Discarding probably the Snap because it's dead. Yeah, so discarding 2 snaps. So I'll cast Lorien Revealed. It'd be a miracle if we get another turn after this. I'll play a Hickory Woodlot because we have... I'll discard 2 snaps because we have a Thirsting Roots. I'm not gonna bother any of that. We're just dead. So let's go to post-board. And I'm gonna bring in Pyroblast, not Breath Weapon, 4 Dispels, and an Unwind. Unwind is kind of, it's not Unwind is good Giga Drowse protection, as is Pentad Prism. I'm going to get rid of all my weathers and all my snaps. This is the easiest sideboard. And I will submit the deck. Oh, by the way, I'm not sure if you should bring in 7 against Mono Blue Terror. Like I said in the beginning, I think that might be overboarding. Maybe you should only bring in 5 cards. Like 4 protection, 1. Maybe 6 might be better. But I think 7's too much now. Yes, I would like to play first. That has a Dispel. I'll keep it. I'm still recording, right? Yes, good. All right. And keep. So we're going to go Scary Island, Swamp. Cannot go Manamorphose into Focus the Mind yet because we don't have mana. We don't have a land that can cast Manamorphose. This is one of the reasons why I hesitated for so long on really adding black to the deck because of I was running Manamorphose. But I feel like it has been worth it. It's performed much better with Infectious Inquiry. I'll just play the Sandstone Needle. That was a really good draw, by the way. We do need to draw into a 2-mana proliferation spell, though. And there you go, Brainstorm. And my Merchant Scroll. And they reveal High Tide. So the question is, do I think they have a turn 3? They could. I could tap out here for Vivisurge's Insight, or I could hold up for Focus the Mind. This puts me down to 5. I would need a discard. Do I think they have a turn 3? Do I think they would even go for it if they did have a turn 3 is the question. So if I go Vivisurge's Insight, I draw up to 8, and I discard the Swamp. Or a tap land. I've talked myself into it. I don't think they have a turn 3. I'm just going to go Vivisurge's Insight now. I feel like this is worthwhile. And done. And I will discard the Swamp here because the islands are very valuable in this matchup. We just have to hope they don't have a turn 3. It looks like they don't have a turn 3, so that's good. I'm glad I went for it there. Another Merchant Scroll. Of Wind also works very well with Dispel, so this is great. Now, we do want to hit our land drops pretty badly, so we're just going to hold Open Interaction. Consider holding the Unwind for potential Giga Drowse as well, rather than using it for the other thing. All right. Manamorphose. Red, blue. I'm going to go green, blue. Or just blue, I guess blue. And that's a Pentad Prism. But I've tapped my Scary. Now I'll just go Focus the Mind. Make them worried about Pyroblast. Maybe I should have held up a Dispel. Discard a Thirsting Roots. Yep, discard the Thirsting Roots. Okay. Okay. I'm at 9 cards in hand now. And here's a Giga Drowse. So I haven't actually quite used, oh, that and that? Do I even bother Giga Drowsing? Because I have double Dispel. That's fine. Okay. Play the Sandstone Needle. This lets me attempt to play the Pentad Prism next turn. And they get an Ideas Unbound. I could have also dispelled that, but I didn't want to. I'll just play this, and I guess I'll discard the Manamorphose here. No, it'll be the Thirsting Roots again. I need the card draw. I wonder if they're going to tap my lands again. Oh, they are. That's not good. So they tap both my lands. I can make them shift to the main phase, but it doesn't really make a difference here. So I guess they got us. I suppose I needed to cast the Unwind. And there's the High Tide. So I'm not going to concede to this because they only have 2 mana floating. They probably have like untap spells if they're... Oh, and there's another High Tide. And they have double dude into that. So they each mana taps 3. That's 4. They're already mana positive. So I'm looking to concede here. So we got a very sad 2 and 3 this league, unfortunately. We had lots of interaction, though. I think there were ways of me winning this, particularly if I was able to get the Prism down. There was an argument for me, like, sacrificing my Sandstone Needle to do that. Anyway, what's happened? Have they done anything significant? Let's see. What are they? That, you know what? We'll just scoop it up. Yeah, we'll scoop her up. That's another Ideas Unbound. We did have the cards to play around it. We just didn't play well there, unfortunately. Don't have quite as much experience against High Tide. So despite our our record, I still feel like the deck's pretty good. It has the ability to interact on the format on various levels. And I did have a lot of interaction. I also had the Unwind for protection from that High Tide opponent. I just decided not to use it, which I think ultimately was a mistake. I should have floated the mana, proliferated off the 2 untapped islands, tapped both of those, and played my Pentad Prism, and then proliferated again, and that would have given me double Dispel on their turn, so they would not have been able to go for it, because tapping my Pentad Prism wouldn't have mattered. So that's just my inexperience in the matchup, and also the fact that I didn't really take my time enough to actually plan that out. So that game 2 is on me for just not taking the time to find the line. But now that I've learned from my mistakes, I should be more open to that line again in the future. Also, I don't want to blame it on the fact that I'm commenting, but that's part of it. I have to divide a portion of my attention to talking, and that means I don't necessarily play quite as well. It's one of the reasons why I like to play this deck without recording for some time, so that I can play well enough to record, which I think I was able to, despite again going 2 and 3 to a match, losing a game that actually we could have won. But that is what it is. All right, so hope you had fun. I really like having the 3 snap, and yeah, I'll see you around for the next video.